shocking truth of the day. Love may not be what people usually think it is. For sure, it's not some fairy tale magic like how Hollywood often portrays it to be. Love is not always what women imagine in some fantasy la-la land. And you certainly won't get love by doing stupid, wishy-washy crap like following your heart. Here's the truth. Love is something far beyond romance. And as you'll soon discover, love borders on control, and if pushed far enough, it becomes emotional enslavement. A woman in love often turns into a love slave who forsakes her friends and family for the man who emotionally enslaves her. Not out of fear or desperation, but devotion, willing, burning, obsessive devotion. And guess what? The process of emotional enslavement is not an accident. It's cult control, weaponized to the hilt with cutting-edge hypnosis and advanced hacking of the female psyche. If you want to make your woman love you 10 times harder than she's ever loved anyone in her life, and if you want her to cry for you, fight for you, and crawl back to you after every storm, then this video is your roadmap. Get ready to take lots of notes because you've not seen this knowledge shared anywhere else, believe me. Guys ask me about emotional enslavement all the time. That's not surprising, because after all, I teach Shogun Method, and we are known for the mantra, enslavement, not seduction. This idea triggers people so much that every Saturday, a bunch of pencil dicks and plus-size feminists come to the Shogun Method HQ to whine and scream while sipping their soy lattes. I'm tired of dealing with these vermin, and so I've stopped talking about emotional enslavement to stupid people in public. If you're new to Shogun Method, and if you've got something smart to comment on the topic, come to shogunmethod.net and find me. Anyway, here's what to know about emotional enslavement. It's a cult with just one follower, your woman. In this cult, you're the leader and she's the devotee. And no, you don't have to force her to join your cult. Because the genius of the shogun isn't brute force. It's invisible, gentle persuasion that never violates your woman's free will. That's how cults work. You're never forced to join. And yet, as you'll discover in Shogun Method, even the smartest, most independent people fall under the spell. And history proves it. Koresh, Manson, Rasputin, religious fanatics, political zealots. These people didn't use brute force. They simply persuaded, influenced and owned people's minds. And whether you call it persuasion, influence or manipulation, it all draws from the same dark well, cult control. So, if you ask me if Shogun Method is somewhat the same, here's my answer. Yes and no. As a shogun, you'll use the same style of tactics, but importantly, you have guardrails to stop yourself from turning evil. Remember, you can use the dark arts to do good things. In Shogun Method, we subscribe to the philosophy of virtuous masculinity, where we embrace the dark side of the masculine psyche to do good for the world. To find out more about this, Google or ask ChatGPT about Akira Anzai. And there's another crucial difference. The shogun doesn't need a crowd. He only needs her in his cult of one. Inside Shogun Method, there are 4 conditions of cult-level emotional enslavement, and we'll go through all 4, one by one. The first condition is obliviousness. She must never know what's happening. True cult control begins in the shadows. She must believe she's doing it all on her own. She bends over backwards for you and complies with your wishes, not because you ask, but because she wants to. You never reveal your hand. You never disclose your tactics. And of course, you never speak the name Shogun Method. You lead in silence, and she follows in blindness. And she'll defend you with her life because she believes every decision is her own. That's the power of virtuous masculinity in a shogun. The second condition is what we shoguns call the carrot and the stick. Control requires consequence. As the cult leader, you reward loyalty and punish disobedience. When she submits, she gets love, praise, sex, safety. When she resists, she gets coldness, confusion, withdrawal, dread. There is no rage, no shouting, and certainly no violence. Shogun Method is cold, calculated and precise. You condition her behavior like a scientist. You reinforce the right behaviors and rebuke the wrong actions. And slowly, she rewires herself, not for peace, but for your approval. The third condition of cult control is normalization. She must believe this is normal, exactly how things should be. It's 100% reasonable for her to give everything to you and abandoning what used to matter to her. This is where the philosophy of us against the world comes in. You frame the relationship as a rebellion. It's you two versus the haters, you two against the jealous friends, the stupid exes, the judgmental parents. With Shogun Method, you create a shared identity with her, where everything outside of it becomes the enemy. In her mind, she's not enslaved. She's chosen. She's in the only true love that exists. Everyone else is brainwashed, and only the two of you get it. That's the beauty of Shogun Method cult control. She thinks she's finally free under your control and authority. And this happens under her own free will. She chooses to be chosen by you, and that's the truth. The fourth and final condition in cult control is isolation. I want you to know that this is an optional step. Some shoguns take this route, some don't. But if you do it right, it's lethal. You don't need to drag her away from her world. You simply make her world irrelevant. You satisfy her so fully and so completely that she stops needing anyone else. Why would she need friends and family when she has you? She's 100% validated by you, and that's enough. Remember, this isn't coercion. This is voluntary surrender. She chooses you. She isolates herself from the outside world, not because you made her, but because you made yourself everything she needs. In Shogun Method, this is the emotional enslavement stage, or the E stage in the Rake model. A woman falls in love in 4 stages, with the E stage as the endgame. If you're unfamiliar with the Rake model, download a free digital book at iramodel.com to find out more. As a final note, remember this. You don't need to meet all 4 conditions for cult control. For instance, most shoguns never deliberately isolate their women to reach the E stage. And yet, here's the weird thing that you're likely to experience. Your woman will still cut people off. She'll stop going out that much, stop posting thirst traps, and she'll delete the guys from her DMs. Not because you told her to, but because she wants to. When cult control is working, you don't push. You just pull, and she follows willingly and lovingly. So, remember this. If you want to make her love you this deeply, you don't get there with flowers or teddy bears. You get there by understanding mind control. And there's only one place that teaches it right, shogunmethod.com. Inside the Shogun Method community, you'll learn the intricate art of creating permanent, loyal, and obsessive love that doesn't fade. With the cult of one, you'll condition your woman to seek your approval like oxygen. Shogun Method isn't dating advice. This is emotional warfare, and it's the only thing that works when love alone isn't enough. Because while you're trying to win her back with kindness, another man is already pulling her deeper into his cult. Make her love you more, or lose her to a guy who will. Be a shogun and wield the power of cult control. Join the Shogun Method revolution today. shogunmethod.com